Hey guys, it's David here, and it's currently day 222. I hope you guys had a good day and are doing better than yesterday. Time is currently though 6:05. Now today, being Saturday, I have to go shopping, but I will be going out with my mom because she has to get some things done, like acupuncture. So I will be out for a while. Though that is okay because I'll bring my reading materials so that I will keep myself busy and not waste a lot of time because I don't want to do that, guys. Gotta keep yourself busy because time is money, right? Time is valuable to us. That being said, I'm gonna get up now, shower, and go to the gym because, hey, that's what I have to do, and that makes me tick off one of the most important tasks of the day because it is part of my goals. Though that being said, I'll get up now and I'll catch up with you guys in a bit. Hey guys, the time is currently 6:50. So, about to head to the gym now, and this morning I am feeling absolutely amazing. Despite last night not sleeping the best, but guys, I bought something that has increased my sleep by like so much. And no, I'm not trying to sell you anything because this honestly is just a lifesaver. And it's freaking earplugs, right? Earplugs because when you're in a household that have people who stay up late and they have like no music playing but just talking very loudly, etc. Because this is a very small house, guys. Like even if it's two-story, it's like very, very small, right? So earplugs, bro, lifesaver. Of course, there may be some bad things about earplugs. I'm not entirely sure, but I think if you get like these, like not the foam ones, but like the ones that are like elastic and washable, like reusable, then they're like honestly a lifesaver because I'm someone who gets distracted by noise. Now I know there are people out there who sleeps with the TV on and who sleeps better with white noise and stuff. Look, I don't understand how those people live. When I was incarcerated, my cellmate used to blast the TV every single night, staying up. When he's asleep, he'll still have the TV on. Like, oh my god, man, I just need some sleep. But I was fortunate enough that my cellie was reasonable to some degree. Some days he's not, but it was definitely unideal. So these are an absolutely lifesaver because when I lay there in bed, when I have my racing thoughts, focusing on the external noise doesn't help. So when I cut down the external noise, I'm really just laying down there in the dark, right? And it was much easier for me then to visualize calm and peace, right? To visualize like a canal in the freaking ocean, right? To just center my mind. So definitely helped if you're having someone who is having trouble sleeping because of noise. I recommend getting these because they had helped me increase my sleep tremendously. That being said, today I want to talk about when I come back from shopping is that how can we navigate through burnout, right? How can we navigate through burnout and stay consistent? Now, bear in mind, I didn't say avoid burnout because I do believe a lot of us get confused with what actual burnout feels like, just like what actual overtraining looks like. Yes, you can train to the extreme. Yes, you can work to the extreme where it becomes counterproductive, where you start going backwards. But for someone to push to that extent requires so much mental discipline, requires so much consistent that if you are someone who are asking how to stay consistent, then most likely the chances of you actually burning out is unlikely. But you definitely will experience signs of burnout that will allow you to back off before you go to that extreme, right? Because our body have natural tendencies, natural mechanism to stop us from going to the extremes, right? And then actually burning out, actually overtraining, where our progress becomes counterproductive, right? Our body fights that. But there are ways to navigate burnout and navigate the symptoms of burnout so you don't actually burn out at the end, right? Because burning out is pretty much a buildup of accumulated stress and just uncertainty, like this feeling of I don't want to do it. And eventually, if you don't do something about it, it's going to compound until one day you just crash head in. You just don't do anything. You don't even know how to speak anymore. You just you just like lay there, right? So definitely sucks to be burnt out, and definitely it sucks to overtrain. I had done both, although I still question whether I have burned out before or not. But definitely there are some things you could do to navigate this. Now, I'll tell you guys what I had done that had helped me navigate burnout and actually helped me stay consistent with my passion always enlightened. But before I get to that, I'm gonna get an amazing training session, and I'll see you guys in like a few hours. But I'll see you guys soon. Currently 12:03. So just came back from my shopping trip. Now lately I am a bit careful with what I get because I am very close to broke. So it definitely isn't ideal if I just go buy some stuff that I don't need. That being said, I am kind of playing against time at the moment. Is whether if I could make some money online before my bank account hits zero, or would I have to be forced to get a part-time job, which is something I'm trying not to do, guys, because I do believe I can make money online somehow. Now, I guess if I just stick with any of the skills I had learned before, then perhaps this would have happened already, but I just didn't find my purpose behind making money instead. So, but I do believe I found it now. But like I said, this is definitely going to be a long process. So I may have to get a casual job. But hey, that's a different story for another day. Because today I am going to talk about why or what can you do to navigate throughout burnout. Now, burnout is an absolute real thing. You can definitely overtrain your mind. But I do believe a lot of us don't go to that extreme unless we are forced. Unless we are forced, but we rarely can go to that extreme because our body naturally deloads, right? Like working out, our body naturally deloads. We have to have extreme willpower to push through burnout. Now, how exactly can we navigate burnout? Now, obviously, there are a lot of things you could do, right? Do less or just don't do the work at all to reduce the stress level. Now, I do believe we have burnout syndromes because we accumulated a lot of stress, right? We accumulated a lot of negative emotions that ended up leading us to burnout. So, the one quick answer would just be to make sure you are more positive throughout the day. But obviously, that's hard, right? That's hard to be positive every single day. And even being positive every single day may still make the task tedious, right? We cannot change the fact that doing the same thing every single day can become repetitive and it can become dull. So it is boring to do the same task. Now, how can we make it more fun? That is the question we should be asking ourselves. No matter what you are doing, no matter what you are working towards, ask yourself, when the task becomes boring, when the task becomes too repetitive, how can I make this more interesting? Now, bear in mind, no matter what, you still have to practice your skills. You still have to practice your craft, right? Because if you want to get better, you have to practice. But the thing with practice is you don't have to do the same thing every single day. Right? If you're playing basketball, you don't have to dribble every single day. You don't have to shoot hoops every single day. You can change the dynamics, right? You can play as if you're playing in a real basketball match, right? Play with people, right? Try to change it up a little bit. Do some different drills. Practice something you haven't learned before. Maybe dribble with the other hand. Maybe try shoot with the other hand. Yes, in essence, you're still practicing basketball, but you're making it difficult. You're making it new to yourself. And when you make something new and exciting, then that re-enlightened the passion that once got you there before. So the passion within us, this desire to play basketball when we first tried out, will be re-enlightened when we introduce a new cue, when we introduce a new way of playing the game. Now, this can definitely be applied to work also. For example, lately, as I have been making content for my automation channel and even doing the work now, it can be tedious. It can be boring. Making the same content every single day, not seeing major results, it can be tedious. But what do? I make a different context in a different niche. I do the work, but I do a different type of work, right? It's still doing the work. I'm still working on the content itself, but I'm doing a different field of it. But I'm still improving the skills. So that way, it reduces my burnout because I am no longer the task is not boring anymore. It's something different. And when you introduce that new spice to the game, that re-enlights your passion. A lot of us got told that if we just work it out, if we just bite our teeth and work until we succeed, we won't be as tired anymore. or we won't feel the discouragement or the burnout. And that's not true, guys. Even if you do succeed from your craft, you're still going to burn out, right? Burnout isn't about whether you succeed or not. It's an emotional energy, right? If you become tedious, if you become angry or sad or stressed or anxiety, even if you are at the peak of your game, making hundreds or millions, you're still going to burn out. The mind and body can burn out. We can overtrain. So have some time to rest. And when we do rest, please know how to rest also, right? If you're resting and you're stressed when you rest, then are you really resting, or are you just building up more fatigue, building up more stress, which then leads to another burnout? So it's important to prioritize our rest days and know that having a rest isn't taking a step back. But also, once you do feel the burnout is coming and the task is too tedious, try figure out how you can introduce new ways to play the game, introduce new ways to switch up your work. Because eventually that will minimize the risk of burnout. That will make training and working more exciting. That will make you want to show up to your desk or to the courts because you have something to look forward to, and that today would be different from yesterday. And I do believe this is one sure strategy that could help you minimize burnout. But just understand, guys, burnout is an energy, an emotional energy, just like weightlifting, a physical energy, right? Eventually, we will overtrain. Eventually, we will burn out. So it's important to prioritize your rest days and just understand it's okay to take a day back. Because sometimes taking a day back is taking 2 steps forward. So don't be afraid. Nobody is leaving you behind unless you turn that rest day into a rest week, and then a rest month, and then a rest year. And this is what happens when severe burnout happens. You just say, fuck it. Let me just screw my life over because I cannot endure this shit anymore. So to minimize this, try keep the work at hand more fun, more enjoyable, more exciting. Not every single day. Don't change it up every single day unless you need to. But just when it becomes too repetitive, when it becomes too tedious, try implement new ways to play the game. And that will help you guys drastically. That being said, I am going to have some food, and after that, I'm going to get right into learning some code because I'm excited to work towards this because I believe this will be the vehicle to help deliver my vision to the world. But that being said, I'll see you guys in 3. So guys, it is that time of the day. Currently 5:06. Just managed to finish my 3-hour work block. Now, I have been sitting there scratching my head and trying to figure out exactly how to code because the concept is still new to me. But I guess the main roadblock I came across was actually finding troubles understanding the questions. Even though the questions were written out in simple English, I either misread them, or I overread them, or I just completely misunderstand the whole concept. So what does this mean to me? It means I should probably go back and relearn English. I know, but hey, I finished year 12, but I think during my school years, with not paying attention in class, definitely had took an effect now, and I definitely can feel that because I always knew that English wasn't my strongest subject, not because I'm Asian, not because I have 2 languages, but because I never paid attention in class. So I barely passed my English subject, and although sometimes I do pass, it's just by like 1%, right? So definitely I lack the vocabulary, the grammar, and etc. So it'll definitely be a wise thing for me to relearn that language because in the future I do want to write books. I do want to be a publisher, an author. So it will definitely be useful for that. But just in general, guys, everyday communication, just even understanding basic questions, right, is something I find difficulties in. So I probably should revisit that bit. But that being said, I just had meal 3. I didn't record it because it was just chicken breast, and I just want to get up here and get into the next work block, which will be reading this book called Hidden Potential. Now, at the moment, it's a great book, but I guess it's more like a motivational, inspirational kind of book, trying to find your hidden potential, as the title suggests. But I think after reading a little bit more, I may dig in deeper to find some more applicable strategies I can use. So that being said, it is not too early now, and the day is pretty much halfway finished. So after reading this book, I'll be editing my video. So after that, I'll see you guys in a bit. So, guys, it is that time of the day, and we are finishing today at 7:16. So today has been a good day, I would say, nonetheless, because I stayed focused, right? Went right into the work, didn't hesitate, didn't procrastinate, which is great. Of course, this doesn't happen right away. This is skills built over time. And although I am disciplined, or some of you may say I am disciplined, trust me, there are a lot of areas in my life where I lack discipline. Like lately, my foot has been itching and I can't stop the itch, right? I always want to go itch my foot. So that's not discipline, right? There are times where we are not disciplined in some areas, but we may be disciplined in other areas. But the point I'm trying to make is don't beat yourself down if you're not persistent, if you're not disciplined, because trust me, there will be some areas in your life where you outperform others, even if that's just binge watching Netflix movies or playing video games, right? If you can do it better than someone else, go ahead and do it. Finding your potential isn't about living up to the expectations of others. Finding your potential is finding what you do best and enhance that, right? Live accordingly to your own mean, because you shouldn't be here to satisfy the people before you, but you're trying to make the people after you better, right? Don't try to satisfy your predecessors. Try and make this world better so your successors can have a better life. Quote in the book by Adam Grant, Hidden Potential. But that truly makes sense, right? Why should we satisfy the lives of those below us just because what they want us to be better, because they couldn't be better themselves? No, make your life better now so people in front of you, your children, right, can look forward to it. They're like, shit, my mom, my dad, they achieved so much in their life, so I'm gonna do the same, right? Have your kids look up to you. Be a good role model. Don't slack off because you think you can't do it, because when nobody believes in you, that gives you the reason to fight. And you should find something to fight for so you can break through the doubt, right? The years of doubt you had reinforced onto you, and the years of doubt that others had reinforced onto you. Because when people doubt me, when people doubt the things I do, I take that as a sign to prove them wrong, to prove them that I can do it. Because there is nothing solely stopping us from controlling our mind than ourselves. That is the funny thing, guys. Nothing is stopping us except ourselves. Yes, someone is doubting us. Yes, we may not have the credentials. Yes, we may not have the resources. So what? We have a mind that is so strong and full of power and potential that if we just can tap into 1% of it, you guys have no idea how much that 1% can do for you right now. That means breaking through the doubters. That means breaking through what you thought your latent potential was just because you had put a ceiling over your head. Don't do that, right? Don't put a glass ceiling over your head because you can't see beyond what others can see in you. Go ahead and reach what you think you are capable of. And after that, you'll realize that I am capable of more. Each little mountain you climb, there will be a bigger hill to achieve. But just remember, don't measure your growth on the peak, right? Measure your growth as a journey, right? Every single small bump, every single small hill you manage to climb, overcome, that should be where your proudest moments are. Not external victory, but internal victory. Is the hidden victories that nobody else can see, but only you, that is the most cherished and most satisfying to yourself. And don't forget that. And don't forget the journey you took to walk here today. Even if right now isn't the best, just remember you still walked here. A lot of people can walk and be at the point you are in life. Even if that's shitty, even if this is your lowest point in life, just know it only gets better now, because this, right now, this chapter is a tiny hill you're climbing. And just look back where you are now when you succeed, and you'll realize that, man, I am so proud of myself, not because I am successful today, but because the long journey I took to come here today, and that was my story. That was my enjoyment of life, and that made my life just more fulfilling. Because this is what it's all about at the end of the day, is to create a story for yourself and create a legacy so the people after you can look back and be awed by your achievements. But this is all I gotta say for today. I hope you guys had learned something from this, but if not, like always, I'll be here for you guys tomorrow. But until then, good night.